That was Eddie Kendricks and Keep On Truckin' here on the new Roo 102, 102.3. We're up online at kwxmfm.com. And in the studio, Ethan Jeffus. And I used a big word there, Ethan, and again, not because I'm smart, I just got a lot of words knocked into me. The progenitor of the Little Free Food Pantry. Do you know what progenitor means? Did I use it in the right way? Do you know?
That one's not coming to mind.
That's not coming, but the originator, the Little Free Food Pantry. And so it came, your inspiration, and I like it. And for the sake of those that are just watching for the very first time, I love the concept. You know, it is the Little Free Library that is in the neighborhoods. But you somehow kind of morphed it into something as, well, maybe more critical, food insecurity. Explain, Ethan, when and where the idea came to you.
Yeah, so food insecurity is a big problem around the world, especially in America as well. And right here in our state, Louisiana ranks top 5 in food insecurity. And so this project got started in 2022 as a way to help address that and work to bring our communities together across the state to really make a difference, make a lasting change, and raise awareness about the issue, because I believe once people become aware, they can get involved and make a difference.
Well, and they are making a difference. I mean, you're up to 22 now. Does that one include the one projected for Grambling?
So that one doesn't include it, but we're as soon as we get it in the ground, I'm going to add it to our map, and so it's getting close to 23, and then we have 5 more on the way that are already under development.
Well, again, I just want to go back, or you and I have been acquaintances. Now I would move it even deeper than that. What was it, 2017, I'm guessing? You were a senior at Minden High School. Is that a fair?
Yep, that's a fair estimate.
All right, and he is the Civitans Student of the Year globally.
Yep. So way back then, I was active in volunteering. And
you were.
This project kind of speared off of my history in volunteering and my passion for it. But back then I was Junior Civitan International Director, and I was recognized in that position. And in that position I oversaw hundreds of clubs across the world, and all of the clubs, our motto was make the world a better place through togetherness.
And you're actually literally putting the perspiration to the inspiration. After he graduated from Minden, came to Louisiana Tech, what was the degree?
Political science.
Political science, and rather than take 5, 6 years, 7 years, I think you were on the accelerated plan, so you're going to be out of here, unfortunately for us, but I do wish you the best.
Thank you.
Heading on. But in the meantime, this is an essential thing that people in any community can get behind and put a little free food pantry up. And so you're soliciting sponsorships because it is a nonprofit. Explain where folks can go to find out more information and how one can be constructed.
So if you want to find out more about it, you can go to our website. It's littlefreepantryla.com, and we have information about the project, our mission, our goals, and then we have a form on there you can fill out. So if you think your neighborhood community needs a little free pantry, you can fill out our form. And if you're a business, a group, an individual that wants to sponsor one, there's a form on there as well that you can fill out and get connected with us so we can make it happen.
Little Free Food Pantry LA.org.
.com, Little Free Pantry LA.com.
Little Free Food Pantry LA.com to find out more. So let's pop up the progress report here. Tell us, so this is updated, this is the most recent one.
Yep, this is the most recent one. I just made it early this month, and it's constantly updating. That's what I tell people, so I've got to really stay on our updates. But since this project got started in 2022, we implemented 16 new Little Free Pantry locations. And even more so than that, we've connected with those Little Free Pantries that are already existing.
Right.
And we've connected 6 locations across the state, and we put them on our map, because a big part of this project is making information accessible. If you have one Little Free Pantry in a town and people maybe 2 towns over don't know about it, then it's not reaching as many people as it could. So a big part of this project was our online network, our online base of information where anyone across the state can go to our webpage, find the Little Free Pantry closest to them, and they could go give to it or they can go receive from it if they're in need.
You know, and here's the thing too, what I like about what you do, and direct me to help them where to go to get the primary source because you have suggested items to stock, and those are seasonal as they go around. Explain where folks can go. Is Facebook the best one, or the website, or both?
Or both, but we do have a Facebook. It's Little Free Pantry Louisiana, so you can find us on Facebook, and we're very active. That's the good place to go to kind of keep up with the project and see what we're doing, and see those who are giving back as well. I like to highlight a lot of our volunteers, because one thing I emphasize for this project is we have 22 locations across the state, as far north as Louisiana-Arkansas line, as far south as Algiers below New Orleans. So it takes communities, it takes people, tons of people coming together and wanting to create a resource for their community.
You know, and here's the thing, Ethan, the beautiful thing about it is schools can get involved as a project, and we're talking public schools, private schools, especially grammar schools, because, and here's something else that you're probably aware of, and I am acutely aware of it now, is that when summer comes, a lot of these families that are food insecure depend so much on the school system to feed their children that the local food pantries get hit hardest in the summertime.
Yes, that's a big thing that sometimes people don't think about. Summer food insecurity, especially those who go to school and rely on the free meals and the free lunches, breakfasts. So that's why I emphasize the importance, especially as we are getting closer to the summer, of giving back in the means of advocating against food insecurity. Give back to your local Little Free Pantry, and then give back to your food banks and your food pantries, because this summer there are going to be a lot of people in need.
Big time, big time. Matter of fact, even on the local level with CCA, oh, by the way, you happen to have a Little Free Food Pantry at the CCA, Christian Community Action Agency of Lincoln Parish, is that the Lincoln Rotary has a 10,000 can campaign to stock the shelves in the summertime. And here's we think, or I used to think, Ethan, you know what, the Salvation Army, they're open 365 days a year. They are providing food all year long. However, they only pop up at or around the holidays, like Thanksgiving, with the kettle campaign. So we've been conditioned to think, well, people are cold and hungry, so cold and hunger go together. Hunger knows no season, and especially in the summertime. So that's the myth that why we need to help foster this initiative and make it grow. So 22 currently, another one targeted for Grambling, and you're looking for guidance on where to place the optimum Little Free Food Pantry. Knowing full well, the university, the campus is a great place, because Tech has a Little Free Food Pantry on campus. And Ethan, you would know, and talk to the audience, what do you mean that the collegiate demographic is food insecure and needs hunger? Talk about what's happened at Louisiana Tech because of the Little Free Food Pantry.
Yeah, so the Little Free Pantry at Louisiana Tech has provided a great resource, and I just graduated this past November, but I'm still around the Ruston area until the fall, but I check on that pantry often, and it's always seeing a turnover in items, which means that it really is needed. And so in Louisiana, a big statistic is 1 in 7 people are food insecure. 1 in 7 people across our state suffer, and that's over about 600,000 people. And so it was estimated through our on-campus food pantry at Louisiana Tech, about 1 in 3 might be in food insecure on campus. And so that's a pretty big number. That means that, you know, if you're a student there, you know somebody, whether you know it or not, that's suffering from food insecurity. And a lot of times we see going to food banks, food pantries, that can kind of be stigmatized. And so the Little Free Pantry, it's no barriers, and one thing we really emphasize with this project is you don't have to be any type of label to receive from the Little Free Pantry. You just go and just grab, you know, if you're on your way to class and you see a granola bar in there that you want, you just grab a snack, and then if you have a little extra one day, you can contribute back to it. And it's really worked well on the college campus, and I think it's something that could be useful on our college campuses across the state, because food insecurity isn't just solely at Louisiana Tech. I'm sure it's on every university campus.
Hunger is an equal opportunity stalker. I don't know. That's one way to put it. Well, I'm going to pop the map up here, and something that jumped out at me as far as where these are. I noticed Webster Parish, because that's your home parish. I get it. Lincoln Parish and Jackson Parish. But you see what this area here, which is
Yeah.
the Delta, which check it, East Carroll Parish at one time was the poorest parish slash county, or the most impoverished parish in the United States, on top of the richest soil in the world, which is like kind of ironic. So I would love to see that Delta, because you know there's a need there.
Oh, definitely. And if you look at the map, you see how it's like bright, lighting up bright red. That it means there's a high food insecure population there, and so food insecurity is very big in that region, and that's something that we're working towards at the moment. Reaching out with leaders in Northeast Louisiana to try to get some little free pantries on that corridor, because it's definitely something that could be needed. Once you get towards the Mississippi-Louisiana line, it gets kind of rural, and so rural food insecurity is a big thing, and people don't think about it, but it really is, and that's why on our map I highlighted our difference between, we have pantries in our rural parishes and pantries in our urban parishes to kind of meet the need across the state, because food insecurity is big in our urban areas, and that's what we think about because we see more people in need in those areas, but in our rural areas as well, it's a big thing.
Well, you know, and it's just a matter of numbers. If you have a higher population, you are going to have a higher number.
Yeah.
However, in the rural areas, you're going to have a higher percentage of people.
Yeah.
That makes sense? Yeah. All right, so what would you like to see after today's visit that would say, all right, we're going to check that box off and move on to create more little free food pantries? The main thing you want is a ideal place, because you already have the pantry, right, ready to go and Grambling somewhere, right?
Yeah, so, and this actually came about through students at Grambling learning about our little free pantry at Louisiana Tech, and so a student reached out to me, Jada Blunt, and she is the president of the biology organization at Grambling, and she said, hey, you know, this is a great idea. I want to bring this to our city, and I want to fundraise to make it happen. And so that's what she did, and we've been in contact ever since, and we've been working diligently to get the little free pantry funded, get it built, and now it's funded and built. We went and presented to the mayor during the city council meeting, and we are working on finding an ideal location to start, and there's been discussion of getting maybe one pantry for the campus at GSU and then one pantry for the community. And one thing I will say about our locations, we're very thoughtful in our process of choosing the locations for the little free pantries. And you know, me being one person, I'm not native to every city in the state, obviously. So that's why I reach out to the community, and I connect with community leaders, connect with people who've lived there for all their life or an extended period of time, so we can hear from them the best location to put the little free pantry, where it will be utilized and very accessible for those right there in the community.
So for the sake of those watching now and or later, listening now, that a pantry costs roughly $400 to construct, and that includes the post, and is that right?
That includes the post, that includes the painting, the color that you want on the pantry. It comes with a plaque with the sponsor's name on it, and so the sponsor gets recognized through a plaque, and then we also have a way where we connect our sponsors through our webpage, and we send that out on an email blast and highlight our sponsors and contributors, because that's one thing I continue to emphasize. This would not be possible without our continuous level of donors. And one of our recent donors that we want to highlight is Walmart, the sponsorship that we made with them, and they're sponsoring 5 pantries across Northwest Louisiana currently, after sponsoring one in Minden. And so they're a partner who got involved with one. They saw what this project was about, saw the level of need that it is reaching right there, and they said, okay, we want to do 5 more.
Oh gosh, that's awesome. All right, so I would think this would be an ideal challenge. This is me thinking of all of the churches we have, that they sponsor one each, and maybe put it in front of them. It's up to them, you know, and but at the same time, fund one, because you know, most of the churches, they're open up on Sunday, they shut down on the rest of the week, and open on Wednesday, and maybe an occasional every other. This is an ideal way for them to meet the needs in the communities they're at. So give it some consideration, and I'd like to have an update, and maybe where you reach 50 in a record time.
Yeah, and we're projecting several more. On our update, we have 15 more projected before the end of the year, and so it's continually developing. And we got the 5 that went up in Baton Rouge this past month, and that was through a sponsor, Dave Co. Plumbing, which is a family-owned business. They have 3 offices around the Baton Rouge region, and they reached out to us and said, we want to do 5. We're going to do them across the region. We have 2 in St. Francisville, 1 in Zachary, and 2 in Central, and we're working on getting another one up. This Friday, I'll be going back to Baton Rouge to put up another one in Central Louisiana, and so it's kind of like a snowball effect. People see the few that start popping up, and they're like, how can we get back to it? And one thing I like to tell people about the great thing about this project is a lot of times when you donate to charities, like, dropping your money in buckets and things, you don't see where that money's going. You know you're paying it forward, and that is a great thing. But this project, you get to physically see that paid forward through. You go buy the items, you put them in the pantry, and then circle back by the pantry the next couple of days, and you see those items gone. That is a different type of enrichment, and I've heard it through people who've been avid volunteers of food banks, and they've hopped over to the little free pantry as well because they just love being able to push it forward.
Give it, right, and just take care of right in your own field. I love the concept. So Ethan Jeffus, littlefreefoodpantryla.com. That's the website for folks to go. I want you to tip your hand because I know your future looks really bright, but you got a decision to make. What should I put the pressure on you? I mean, he's got offers from Baylor. What else? Loyola, and Tulane.
Yep, and LSU.
LSU.
Yeah, these past few months I've been making my rounds. I graduated this past November in political science with plans to go to law school, and so I'll be starting law school this fall, and I've been touring and I've been accepting my offers and kind of weighing my decisions, but it is coming time. May's when I have to make my decision, so May 1st I'll be locked in for sure, but I go back and forth. I'm like, should I not? But at this point I'm definitely thinking I am going to stay in the state. I've done a lot of work with this project, and I'm really passionate about Louisiana, and I hope to see Louisiana continue to grow and thrive, and I think that staying here and pushing this project forward and being a part of the work that's being done to better the state is something that I would be greatly passionate about.
Well, and we would be greatly appreciative and beneficial, and I'm on your side, so let me know what I can do in my little pocket of reality to help. So, Ethan, thank you so much for coming in this morning.
Thanks for having me.
You are most welcome. Let's continue here at the New Roo, 102.3. It is 9:01. Here is Bill Wyman and the Rhythm Kings with the Mississippi Flyer. All right, we're still streaming, so there you have it. Let's all make it happen. This guy inspired me. The hashtag is Let's Create a Remarkable Future. Well, what do you mean by that, Rick? Well, I know there's a lot of inundation of negativity as far as news, and people sometimes get paralyzed by and don't know what to do. Do something, and let's create a remarkable future. What does that look like? I don't know. Get involved.
Yeah.
Pretty simple.
Get involved. It's really simple. Yeah.
All right, Ethan, let's kill the stream, and we'll stream y'all later. Or not. I can't. Oh, boy.